Chapter 13. Deep Magic from the Dawn of Time. Now we must get back to Edmund. When he had been made to walk far further than he had ever known that anybody could walk, the witch at last halted in a dark valley all overshadowed with fir trees and yew trees. Edmund simply sank down and lay on his face, doing nothing at all, and not even caring what was going to happen next, provided they would let him lie still. He was too tired even to notice how hungry and thirsty he was. The witch and the dwarf were talking close beside him in low tones. "No," said the dwarf, "it is no use now. Oh, Queen, they must have reached the stone table by now." "Perhaps the wolf will smell us out and bring us news," said the witch. "It cannot be good news if he does," said the dwarf. "4 thrones in Cair Paravel," said the witch. "How if only 3 were filled? That would not fulfill the prophecy." "What difference would that make, now that he is here?" said the dwarf. He did not dare even now to mention the name of Aslan to his mistress. "He may not stay long, and then he would fall upon the 3 at Cair Paravel." "Yet it might be better," said the dwarf. "No, keep this one." Here he kicked Edmund. "For bargaining with." "Yes, and have him rescued," said the witch scornfully. "Then we'd have to do better what we have to do at once." "I would like to have it done at the stone table itself," said the witch. "That is the proper place. That is where it has always been done before." "It will be a long time now before the stone table can again be put to its proper use," said the dwarf. "True," said the witch. "Well, I will begin." At that moment, with a rush and a snarl, a wolf rushed up to them. "I have seen them. They are all at the stone table with him. They have killed my Captain Margarim. I was hidden in the thickets and saw it all. One of the son of Adams killed him." "No," said the witch. "There need to be no flying. Go quickly. Summon all of our people to meet me here as speedily as they can. Call out the giants and the werewolves and the spirits of those trees who are on our side. Call the gals and the bogles and the ogres and the manitars. Call the cruels and the hags and the spectres and the people of the toadstools. We will fight. What? Have I not still my wand? Will not their ranks turn into some stone even as they come on? Be off quickly. I have a little thing to finish here while you are away." The great brood bowed its head and turned and galloped away. "Now," the queen said, "we have no table. Let me see. We had better put it against the trunk of a tree." Edmund found himself being roughly forced to his feet. Then the dwarf set him with his back against a tree and bound him fast. He saw the witch take off her outer mantle. Her arms were bare underneath and terribly white. Because they were so very white, he could see them, but he could not see much else. It was so dark in this valley under the dark trees. "Prepare the victim," said the witch, and the dwarf undid Edmund's collar and folded back his shirt at the neck. Then he took Edmund's hair and pulled his head back so that he had to raise his chin. After that, Edmund heard a strange noise. Whiz, whiz, whiz! For a moment he couldn't think what it was. Then he realized it was the sound of a knife being sharpened. And at that very moment he heard loud shouts from every direction, a drumming of hooves and a beating of wings, a scream from the witch, confusion all around him. And then he found he was being untied. Strong arms were around him, and he heard big, kind voices saying things like, "Let him lie down, give him some wine, drink this steady now, and you'll be all right in a minute." Then he heard the voices of people who were not talking to him, but to one another. And they were saying things like, "Who's got the witch? I thought you had her. I didn't see her after I knocked the knife out of her hand. I was after the dwarf. Do you mean that she's escaped? A chap can't mind everything at once. What's that? Oh, sorry, it's only an old stump." But just at this point, Edmund went off in a dead faint. Presently, the centaurs and unicorns and deer and birds, they were of course the rescue party which Aslan had sent in the last chapter, all set off to go back to the stone table, carrying Edmund with them. But if they could have seen what happened in that valley after they had gone, I think they might have been surprised.